Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart, learning a new language. Specifically, we're going to talk about learning English, which so many people around the world are studying. What do you think? Is learning a new language difficult?
It can definitely be challenging at first, but I think once you get over that initial fear, it becomes a lot easier. The key is to not get discouraged. What about you? Do you think it's hard?
Well, I think it's like learning anything new. It takes time, patience, and practice. But in my opinion, the rewards are totally worth it. I mean, learning English, for example, can open up so many opportunities. You can communicate with people from all over the world, find better job opportunities, and even enjoy movies and music in their original language.
Exactly. I think one of the most exciting parts is how it connects you to new cultures. For example, did you know that in English, we have a lot of phrases and idioms that don't really translate directly into other languages? Like, it's raining cats and dogs, means it's raining heavily.
Yeah, and another one I love is break a leg, which means good luck. It's so funny when you think about it. Telling someone to break a leg when you actually want them to succeed.
Right. Idioms are one of those things that can be tricky for learners, but once you start using them, it's like you're really mastering the language. Plus, they make conversations more fun.
Definitely. I think one of the best ways to learn English, or any language really, is to immerse yourself in it. That means listening to music, watching movies or TV shows, and reading in English. You start picking up natural expressions, slang, and even different accents.
Yes, and speaking of accents, isn't it fascinating how there are so many different English accents around the world? There's the British accent, American, Australian, and so many more. Each one has its own flavor. Sometimes, it can be hard to understand certain accents, even for native speakers.
Oh, absolutely. But that's part of the beauty of the language. There's so much diversity. If you're learning English, don't worry too much about sounding perfect. The important thing is that you're understood. Over time, your accent will naturally improve as you speak more and listen to different accents.
Exactly. And another thing people worry about is making mistakes when speaking. But honestly, mistakes are part of the learning process. The more you practice, the more you learn. Have you ever had a funny language mistake?
Oh, definitely. I remember once I tried to say, I'm embarrassed in Spanish, but I said embarazada, which actually means I'm pregnant. It was so embarrassing, but everyone laughed and I never forgot that word again.
Ha ha ha, that's hilarious. Mistakes like that are common, and the great thing is that people usually understand and appreciate your effort. It's all part of the journey.
Totally. So, if you're learning English, don't be afraid to speak. Even if you make mistakes, the important thing is that you're communicating and improving.
Exactly. And if you're shy about speaking, try writing. You can keep a journal in English, or even write short stories. The more you use the language, the more confident you'll feel.
That's a great point. Another tip is to find a language partner, someone you can practice with regularly. It can be a friend, or you can join an online community. There are so many apps and platforms nowadays where you can meet people who are also learning or are native speakers.
Yes, and don't forget about technology. There are apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and even YouTube channels where you can learn English for free. The resources are endless.
Speaking of YouTube, have you ever tried watching videos with subtitles in English? It's a great way to practice. You can listen to how native speakers talk and see the words on the screen at the same time. It helps you improve your listening and reading skills at once.
Oh yeah, I love that. And if you don't understand something, you can pause and look it up. Little by little, your vocabulary grows, and your understanding improves.
And don't forget about music. Songs are such a fun way to learn English. You can sing along, and before you know it, you're memorizing phrases and improving your pronunciation without even realizing it.
Yes, exactly. So to sum up, if you're learning English, here's what we recommend. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Immerse yourself in the language through movies, music, and reading. Practice speaking with others, and most importantly, enjoy the process.
That's right. Learning a language is a journey, and every step forward is progress. So be patient with yourself, stay motivated, and keep practicing.
Well, that's all for today's episode. We really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about learning English.
Yeah, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel.
And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes.
Also, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to talk about in our next podcast. Is there something you're curious about or want to learn more about?
Absolutely. We're here to help you on your journey. So tell us what interests you, and we'll bring it to the show.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.